And so when I tapped into my intuition by taking that month off, by learning how powerful the pause was, it enabled me to reconnect with the universal flow of the universe, which has an intention of gifting you with the abundance. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Power in the Pause podcast. How are you guys doing today? Man, I am so pumped up. I love the energy of 2024. And if you have been following me on social media, my handle is Wendy Page Sterling. Or if you are on my email list, you know that I am in the middle of an incredible summit all about amplifying your abundance, tapping into your intuition, creating financial freedom, and creating the business that you desire. And if you haven't signed up yet, you are going to want to do that. You can access that URL down below in the comments. You can also go to my website, wendypagesterling.com. And you can sign up because there is a pop-up and there is also a ticker up at the top of the webpage for you guys to get access. It's free, so there's no excuse. And I'm giving you a lot of time to hear all of the speakers that I have. I've got over 20 that are going to be speaking with you. So be sure to sign up. Free gifts, so much goodness coming out of that. So without further ado, let's dive into today's episode, which has everything to do with amplifying the pause to increase your abundance. So we are going to dive into this topic because it is one that is very near and dear to my heart, because it really is something that I have lived, and yet I was super resistant to in the beginning of my pivot from corporate into entrepreneurship. So I'm going to invite you guys to grab your favorite cozy drink and sit down and, or if you're walking, get yourself centered in this moment and let's dive in and go on this journey together. So when I talk about amplifying the pause, what I mean is it's really the idea of intentionally slowing down, tuning into the present moment, right? The now is the only time that truly exists, because when you do that, you are actually creating space for abundance to flow effortlessly into your life. And so given that we live in such a fast-paced world, the world of social media has us needing instant gratification. We're getting lost in our phones these days. And it's so essential for us to learn how to pause in our very, very busy life. And so I want to share with you a time in my life where I really forced myself to do this. I was in the doing energy. I was running my divorce business, and I got to this place where I was burned out. I wasn't making the time for the things that really lit me up. I felt obligated to be doing certain tasks. And I got to this place where I just said to myself, you know what? No one is going to give me a break. I learned that in my marriage and ultimately my divorce. I've got to declare it. I've got to take that break myself. And so I decided that the month of August, which was also my birthday month, that I was going to take that month off and I was going to focus on me. And part of my birthday month also involves me going to Maui. And I happened to be in Maui this last year during the Lahaina fires. And if there is no other reminder of the importance of the now, the importance of really what truly matters in life, that was a moment that really taught me the importance of grounding into the now and knowing the importance of taking a pause. What that month, that gift of that month gave to me was it really allowed me to reconnect with my internal, what I call my intuition, right? It's that inner knowing voice. It's that voice that says, I feel, I believe, I know. And to connect back in with that voice, because ultimately that was the voice that never led me wrong. It was the voice I reconnected to the night I found out that my ex-husband with having an affair. It is what helped me to build my first six-figure business. It is what eventually got me to move that business from 6 to 7 figures and has helped me to build my new brand, Wendy Page Sterling, into a 6-figure business in only a matter of months. And so when I tapped into my intuition by taking that month off, by learning how powerful the pause was, it enabled me to reconnect with the universal flow of the universe, which has an intention of gifting you with the abundance. And so in that pause, what I was able to do was to quiet the noise, to quiet my ego, to quiet the external need for validation, and to really give myself permission to open up to receive the gifts that I knew that the universe had in store for me. But the universe wasn't going to bring it to me until I allowed it. I gave it the space for it to be heard. And that's why the concept of being still, the concept of being in the now, being present is so incredibly important. And so I want to offer you ways in which you can start practicing that stillness. It doesn't mean you have to take a month off like I did. It can be something as simple as just a 1-minute meditation at your desk. It can be when you're driving in the car, maybe you turn off all of the distractions and just listen to the silence as you're driving. Perhaps it is spending time in nature and just going out in your backyard. You know, I know it may be winter for some of you, but that's okay. Go outside and breathe in the air and just connect with the sounds that you hear in nature. This is something that you can very easily incorporate into your daily life. Set a reminder on your phone or in your calendar that has you like every 2 hours taking a mindful minute where you are engaging in one of those stillness or being present activities. Experiment, see what works for you. And I'd love to hear what comes up for you and what it is that works for you. So some of you may be feeling a little resistant in this whole theory of the pause, right? You're a doer, you've got stuff to do, you don't have time, but I'm here to tell you that nobody is going to give this to you. Only you can give this to yourself. And it's interesting because I have a client who I was recently speaking with, and she even said, she's like, I feel this massive amount of fear of being by myself, of being in this pause. Like I noticed that I always keep myself busy. And so we had a conversation around what is it about that has her, resisting or feeling challenged and overcoming being still and being in the silence. Because what I know to be true is that when you embrace the silence, when you surrender to the silence, that is when you're really able to hear and to reconnect with yourself. And the easiest way that you can do that is just to breathe. Yes, breathe, but breathe into your heart. Be intentional with your breath and where it is that you're feeling into. The fastest way to get out of your head is to focus on your breathing. And so I invite you to trust in your breath and to surrender, to have faith in surrendering to the universe's plan for you, because all it wants is to give you abundance. So I want to remind you that when you let go of control, which if there's any other A-type personalities out there like me, when we let go of control and we instead trust in divine timing, miracles unfold. And here's the thing, divine timing isn't human timing. So there is a certain amount of patience that is going to be required on your part to really lean into the silence and into the releasing of that control, because it's not happening, quote unquote, fast enough. And what I have experienced in those moments where I'm trying to rush things is I wind up taking action from the wrong place. It's not coming from the divine. It's coming from my ego. It's coming from fear. It's disconnecting me from my intuition. And so what I have learned to do is just to really let go and trust when it is meant to be, it will come in. And in order for me to really do that, I'm going to share with you guys one of my practices, and that is cultivating a practice of gratitude. Because what I have learned by incorporating a gratitude practice into my life every single day is that there is a very deep connection between gratitude and abundance. So what does that mean? It means shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance, right? Glass half empty to glass half full. And so the way that I do that is I actually have a spot in my notebook every single day where I write down 3 things that I am grateful for, whether it's tasks that I've completed, whether it's new clients that have come in, or even sometimes it's wins that I've been a part of that my clients have experienced, right? Maybe it's even just being gratitude or having gratitude for my cup of coffee or for, my hydrogen water that I drink every day. Or maybe it's for my dog or for my kids, right? But the air that I breathe, right? The fact that I live in California, whatever it is, write it down, create that daily gratitude practice for yourself. And I'm going to invite you to even take it a step further and get really specific with yourself around what does gratitude mean to you? What does it look like? Where do you feel gratitude? Because many of us feel it in our hearts. Sometimes it's our chest, because if it's coming from your head, that's not gratitude. That is you people pleasing and trying to, be subtle or show that you are grateful for something that's not authentic. And so I'll invite you to really pay attention to your body and feel into what gratitude feels like. Where is it that you feel it? Because it's in that moment, again, we're coming back to, full circle to the topic, is leaning back into the pause. And the pause is when you can hear the things that you're abundant to. And if you're not leaning into the pause, you're disconnecting yourself from the divine. You're disconnecting yourself from the ability to manifest the life and the business and everything that you desire. And so, perhaps you're somebody who likes to say affirmations. Maybe you have a vision board. Maybe you do visualizations. That's how you manifest. But whatever it is, it's really important that you get crystal clear on what it is that you're looking to create, but you can't do that if you're not pausing, if you're not giving yourself that time. And so there is a balance that is needed between pausing and creating abundance, manifesting abundance in your life. And while pausing allows us the time to receive that guidance and to gain clarity, it's also that moment where we get to take inspired action towards our goals. And so you've got to integrate these pauses into your daily life in order for that to happen. So what are some ways that you can do that? Well, I said one before. Maybe you take a mindful breathing break, set aside a minute every 2 hours maybe, and just close your eyes and take really slow, deep breaths to bring your awareness back to your body through each inhale and exhale. It's going to reset your nervous system. Set another one, gratitude pause, right? Pause and have gratitude for different blessings that you have in your life. Keep a journal like I do. I already talked about taking nature walks. Another idea could be maybe you set aside tech-free time, right? You disconnect from any and all electronic devices and screens. Instead, pick up a book, practice a hobby, spend time with loved ones. My kids and I have recently started reconnecting and playing cards together. It's been awesome because I'm getting off my phone and they're getting off their phone. How many of us want our kids to get off their phones? It's a great way to do that. Start playing games with them. You can also have a lunchtime ritual. So maybe instead of eating lunch at your desk or you're eating lunch on the go, carve out 15 minutes to really have a mindful meal. Mindfully savor every bite. Sit in a quiet space. Chew slowly. Nourish your body and your soul. Connect with your senses. Connect with the taste. Connect with the texture. It's really, I have to tell you, I've started doing this and it's really interesting. what I have experienced in it, it's really helped me to appreciate the food that I do also put in my body and how it is that it makes me feel. Another example, take stretch breaks, like incorporate gentle stretching into your day to release the tension and promote relaxation, right? So I'm giving you guys ideas in order for you to prioritize the pause, prioritize moments of pause, getting present with yourself throughout the day. No matter how busy you are, I am asking you to give yourself permission to do this, because when you incorporate these simple practices into your daily routine, you're going to feel a deeper sense of calm, clarity, and connection with yourself and the world around you. So I invite you to start experimenting with different pause practices and figure out what works best for you. What I know to be true, consistency is key. And it's not the quantity of the pause. It is the quality of it. So even small pauses make a massive difference over time. So I want to say thank you for joining me in today's episode. And by listening, I am taking this as your commitment to growth and to self-discovery. So as we wrap, I invite you to take a moment, maybe it's right now at the end of this episode, and connect with your breath, connect with your heart, connect with your intuition, that inner wisdom. Because in the midst of the hustle and bustle of our lives, you have the power within you to manifest abundance anywhere, in any way in your life. So start paying attention to those whispers of your soul and trust that within you lies infinite potential to create the life and the business of your dreams. And remember, carry this wisdom in you, knowing that every pause is an opportunity for abundance to flow effortlessly into your life. The way to speed up is to slow down. So embrace the stillness, trust in the journey, and know that the universe is actually conspiring in your favor. Thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode. Remember to honor the power in the pause, cherish those moments of clarity, and above all, believe in your own magic. Believe in the magic that you can create, because what I know to be true is that you are worthy, you are deserving, and you are infinitely abundant. I'm sending you all so much love and light as always. Mwah. Bye, everybody.